Alrighty. Hey, DevCat. If I call your name out on here, by the way, feel free to drop in and say hello. If I do see you and I'm not in the middle of saying something, I will say hello to you. Let's have a look at the apparel that we apparently found. Alright, what do we get? Oh, actually quite cool. I like those. Not saying I wear them myself. That's probably boring stuff. What's the bet we get 3 things we already had? Do we already have this? No, we don't. Maybe I should say that more often. What's the bet we get all things we already have? What's the bet we get all the things we already have? Come on, 3 for 3. Come on. Come on. Oh, I'm going to say that all the time. 6 shades. Should we put those on? I think we should. Okay. Let's see what we found. Crikey, we've got quite a few things to go through. So, what am I looking for on an item like a chess piece? Well, I'm looking for one either attribute or the core to be max, one of the remaining 2 to be close to max, and a good talent. So it's pretty rare that I end up taking anything really when it comes to chests. That, for example, tamper-proof, I mean, it kind of has its place, I suppose, a little bit, but not for me. Bellstone, love Bellstone. That first tier armor regen is brilliant. It's also got armor regen on top of that too, which is not bad, but nothing's max. Plus the talent is just hot garbage, so we'll dump that straight away. Arm piece, nope, rubbish. Nothing max, rubbish. That was easy. Let's have a look at holsters. Skill hasten status. No. Again, with skills, I'm looking for definitely 1 max or very, very close to max. Of an attribute that I actually want. So, I mean, it wouldn't be too bad for status. 2-piece Waven would give us 10% status, which is not bad. But no, nothing's maxed. Hazard protection is just utter rubbish, so I'm going to delete that straight away. Headshot damage, I'm not really a headshot damage kind of person. I am not that good of a player to be able to hit that all the time, but I can see that weapon damage will take my library up. For those of you that don't know, I'm still quite low on this particular login. I used to play a lot on the PC and then the PS4 for a couple of years, so I have some high-level guys there, but this one is still pretty low, so we're still building up our library. This is one I kept. As you can see, there's a good reason for that. Can I? Yeah, I wonder why that. Let me put that as trash, and then I'll remember to do it. All right, knees. Max health. Who cares? The worst stat in the whole game. Absolutely, completely, and utterly useless. So no. No. Marksman rifle. I never use marksman rifles. People move around too quick. By people I mean PvE mobs just move around too fast. Yes, you can get your first shot off in combat with it, but after that, you end up peering down a sight and usually get ganked from the sides anyway, so no. I know some people that can make marksman rifles work, and they're clearly much better players than I am, and that's cool, but for me, no. That's pretty much max armor, but I'm not going to be disassembling that because it's not max. My rule on the library is the first piece of gear that's sort of 60%-ish or up, I'll put in the library, and then rather than constantly going up little bits and pieces, which doesn't really help anybody, I donate all of that stuff, and where I'm maxed out on whatever that brand or weapon is, then I will just disassemble it, deconstruct it. So that's not going to get used. Fox's Prayer, I do like Fox's Prayer, found that a little while ago. Not too shabbaroo. Okay, gloves, BTSUs. I need to make a build with those. I do like BTSUs. Explosive resistance, complete garbage. That armor value is awful, so I'm not going to bother spending any more time on that one. 3 more pistols. Wow. What are the odds? Okay, well this one's got a lot more damage than mine. Reload speed, which is not bad. What has it got on it? 10% ammo missing from the... Well, it's not going to do me very... Oh, that guy's going to wait. So, reload speed... I'm probably going to use that, you know. It's better than the one I have, as you can see. Yes, it's got 7.5 crit chance, but... I mean, really... There's got to be something really quite odd going on for me to pull out a pistol, usually, or pistol sidearm, whatever. Usually this is just shooting off locks and things like that. So, but hey, I'll equip it. Yeah, I know that. I don't really care. So we'll get rid of that one. This one, and health damage is put damage to armor and damage to health. That's a nice combo. Sadist. No, again, I just don't really use it. 44,000 on the proficiency rank. As you can tell, that's basically one hand in, which is why handing stuff in is quite a good way to get places. So I'll get rid of that. Okay, so let's have a look at what we got, because I was going through 4 control points at heroic, and they were all, and it was a shotgun area. So the first drop, of course, is an assault rifle. I do like the G36C. It's a very good weapon, but that's just rubbish, so I'm not going to bother with that. I don't like LMGs. I play solo most of the time. Occasionally when mates are on, I'll play with them. If so, LMGs are good then. A lot of my friends are much better players than I am, so they'll be running Hunter's Fury or some pretty substantial DPS style build. So I tend to use an LMG, keep people's heads down, they run up and basically blow the guy away. So LMGs are good for that, but solo, I suppose I could make it work with the drone, because if the enemies are keeping their heads down, then the drone can just thump them to death basically. But yeah, I tend to, like with the capacitor, and before I had the capacitor, I was using another weapon which essentially gives more damage to drones and turrets, or damage skills. So I like to try and get a couple of shots on just to keep the damage buffs on for when the drone and turret hit. But that's rubbish. So ACS, that's no. I mean, the ACS is quite good, but that one isn't. That's, oh gee, I mean, that's not even worth talking about. That's rubbish too. Max headshot damage, well, I'll strip that off that weapon, but otherwise not interested. Double barrel shotgun, don't care. This is a great weapon to level up with. I was always bouncing between the M870 and the Super 90. Primarily the M870 because it just does more damage per shot. And the way when I'm leveling up, typically I'm either running assault rifles or rifles typically. And that's what I use for pretty much anything. And if anybody gets in too close, then I'll pull out the M870, and that pretty much gets rid of any close-by problems, really. However, having said that, that one's not very good, so we will be getting rid of that. Pummel. Yeah, I just don't really. I don't know. It just doesn't seem on a heroic level, which is where I play. I just don't find a great deal of use for it. Again, I know there's one with, is it the Tsunami or something with perfect pummel? I know people can get that working really, really well, but again, they're better players than me. That's not too shabby. Obviously maxed out everywhere. It's not a bad talent to have, given you get spread on a shotgun either. But am I ever going to use it? Probably not. Unless some funky chicken build comes out that puts it back in my lap. But I'll keep that one because it's maxed out. That one's not. Neither's that. Neither's that. Neither's that. Or that. Or that. Oh, crikey. M870 country. That one's not too shabby. Well, possibly the worst talent you can get. No, that's not true. It's a pretty awful talent for a shotgun, though. No good. 612, or why do I care when I've got the mop? That shotgun damage is awful. Sadist isn't bad. But again, it's not really worth it. That's okay, but again, Spaz 12 is, in my opinion, the best looking shotgun. It's an evil looking thing. Having seen one in real life, it's, you have somebody running towards you, one of those in their hand, it does make you think twice, allegedly. Fast hands. Yeah, I don't really see that as being very, very useful. It's not a bad one, but again, shotguns, I mean, frankly, as soon as I get the Scorpio, then all of these really aren't going to get used. It'll be good when I get the Scorpio, but it'll also be bad when I get the Scorpio, because once you get that, it's just so effective at what it does, with the status effects and the sort of stagger effect, disorientate that it has. You find it hard to pull yourself away from it, really. Don't really care about that. That's just got nothing at all. M44, no, nothing's maxed. That's not bad. Again, if I was a sniper type person, which I am in most games, but absolutely not in Division. As I say, the mobs move around too fast, and usually they're too close. And these are very well rolled, though. I don't know how many it's got in a mag normally. I'm guessing 7, maybe even 6. 7 would make more sense given 12%, but sometimes it rounds it. But I'm not going to be using that. M700 carbon, I know, is very well respected as a weapon. I see a lot of people talking about it. First Blood is very, very good. I'll keep that just in case something comes up. I've always wondered about an aces and eights build. I've never tried it. It just seems a bit silly. I got this from a couple of rogue agents that I stumbled across. Lucky Shot's great. It just means you can just keep banging away. It's a brilliant thing to have on a rifle. Like the... what's the named rifle called? Crikey, I can't remember. M1A, I think it is. But the named version. It's very, 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 very good. Plenty of damage. Quite a bit of muzzle rise, but because of the RPMs a bit low, you can get that under control quite easily. That's not bad, actually. I'll keep that. Again, probably end up never using it, but there you go. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the gear mods. So we have critical hit chance. Yeah, I'm not bothering with that. The gear mods fill up so quickly. It's just amazing. So anything that's not, you've got to be, well, I tend to be a little bit arbitrary with this kind of thing. So unless it's 75% and up, I don't usually take it. For example, that one there is just rubbish. I typically check through incoming repairs 16.8. Well, that was higher. So I'll actually keep that one and get rid of that one. Utility, we got 17 repair skills, 17.6, so we don't need that one. I mean, yes, you can obviously put multiple repair skills on, and I used to have a healer build that had repair skills everywhere, and it was amazing, but you know, no one's really going to miss something that low. 8.6. 2 skill hastes. Skill durations. Yeah, we got a couple. Yes, I'm okay getting rid of that. Pulse, there's something that I don't use very much. Radius, yeah, already got a radius coil slot that's higher, so we don't need that one. We got 4% healing. I don't care how much better that is than what I have. I'm not interested in that. Firefly, +1 on max targets. Targeting slot, yeah, we don't need 2 of those. Okay, and drone, okay. Deflect duration, so we'll get rid of the lower one, the same slot. Okay, so I think that's the end of that. So let's go to hello, sorry, priorities and Jedi. OB1 and Weaving Zeus. He's won the I'm the highest award. Jedi Obi-Wan. You know what the rest of your name is. How you doing? Alright. Let's have a look inside. Cool skin on your gun. I remember listening to another streamer talk about these guns. Look at that. That's wild. She looks really depressed though. You should cheer up. Look at your gun. It's awesome. Is that a FAL though? 27.62 rounds. Very heavy. Very, very heavy. Alright, so let's go see what we can do in here. Recal library. Shotguns. Shocker. Okay, so do we have any max improvements? Yes, we do. They both are. None particularly any better than the other. Preservation's great. I do like that one. Let's just use this one. Get that to max. Don't need to worry about that anymore. Close but no cigar. Stability. We don't have anything on stability, so let's get this one. I mean, yes, I could wait until I get max on everything, but then sometimes when you're out and you're going through control points or summit or whatever, and your backpack starts getting full, it's good to know the stuff you can drop that just won't do you any good at all. So let's get rid of that one there. Let's get rid of... I've got a lot of M870s, so I'll get rid of that one and keep the spaz so I can trade it in. Let's get rid of that one. Perpetuation, 612. And pumped up. It's kind of ironic being the only shotgun I have that isn't pump action is the one that has pumped up on it. Anyway, let's get rid of that. We'll get rid of the rest of those in a different way. And what do we have here? Anything Magazine size, pretty good. Let's put that on. Body armor. Nope, it's not max, not doing that. That would be a waste. That's very close to max, but it's not. Oh crikey, I'm not even going to bother talking about that one. Holsters, no max there, not interested. That's not max either. Neither's that. Okay. So basically what we're going to do, is we're going to donate everything. So we're currently level 1, 61 out of 100. So that's 74. And I'm proficient with one of the shotguns. Wonder which one that is. It's the double barrel, of course it is, yeah, because I always have that on me. Probably should have been able to guess that one. Turret and drone. Well, that's no great surprise given that I'm a skill build user. Probably should switch out to something else at some point, but I'm not gonna.
Anything I can do for you?
No, I'm all good, thank you. Alright.
Come over here, eh?
So all we're going to do now is basically delete everything else that we don't need. Yep, so we're back down to 26. Apparel. So apparently, I think I saw me pick up a Heartbreaker set or paint mod set. No, the exclamation mark is still there. Unless I got something else. God, I hate. Oh, there we go. Cherry gold. Oh God. That's something I'd never use. Grandiose and completely unnecessary. Why would you put gold around your weapon anyway? It's just going to melt. Okay, so that's what we have. I don't like the way the heel of that splays out. When you're that unstable, you need to have the back of your thing splay out like that. Mechanics. I know a lot of mechanics. None of them have yellow tape around their shoes. That's a bit peculiar. Yeah, Hawk shoes. Not a fan of those. But hey, that's the deal. Got to wear the new stuff, even if it is a little bit silly. Trousers are quite cool, though. Reminds me of the NPC in Watch Dogs 2, the guy with the funny mask. Maybe I'll do a playthrough of that. I didn't like Watch Dogs 2 as much as Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs is easily one of my favourite games ever. I love the sort of the dark side of it. And the fact you could just walk down the street and scan people and get all this peculiar information about them. And I found that really quite, I don't know, voyeuristic, I suppose. Not that I'm saying I'm a voyeur, except in that game. Anyway, that's the loot from today. Maybe back on again later on. Thanks for watching.